Hey, I wanted to go over a quick tip real quick. When you are ordering a cutting board from somebody, it's very important that you either understand the wood that you are ordering, that the cutting board is going to be made out of, or that the person that makes it especially understands the wood that you're making it out of. Not all woods react the same, and not all hardwoods react the same specifically. What you'll find is that some hardwoods actually have channels running through them. They're somewhat porous. So it's important, if you're going to use it as a cutting board, that you get that sealed properly. You can tell when it's porous if you flip it over. If you're doing oil on one side and you flip it over and you've got spots, it's come all the way through the board. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing. Um, the way to counter that is to seal it. Now you want to use your cutting board oil uh, for the initial process to get everything waterproof, basically, or water resistant. And then what you're going to do, this already has some mineral oil on it, but then you're going to want to put on your butcher block conditioner. Now this is a beeswax and a carnauba wax and mineral oil that's mixed in with it. So it's all food grade, but what you're getting with this is more of a protection. This is going to create a hard barrier deep down inside, somewhat deep, maybe shallow, but still down inside the wood is going to create a barrier that would keep water from flowing back and forth through your board. The reason you want to do that, number one, is for bacteria. You don't want to harbor unsafe bacteria. That's why there's a battle going on between, do you use wood or do you use plastic? Some people say plastic harbors more bacteria than wood does because everything is porous pretty much, except for glass. There are very few things in this world that are porous or not porous. Um, with this board, this particular board is made from oak. It's a couple different varieties of oak, but as I showed you a while ago, it does have pores, and they're pretty extreme. So what you've got to do is you want to follow the directions on this. After you've applied your mineral oil, you want to follow directions on that, but that basically is just you pour it on and wipe it in. You want to put that on until you start seeing it through the other side, and then apply your conditioner. Your conditioner is going to create the barrier that keeps the bacteria from getting down into there. And the other thing that you are trying to avoid with wooden cutting boards is the swelling, flexing of the wood. Now you're going to get some movement with wood. Wood is it's a living organic thing. So you will get some movement. You will probably most likely have some warpage a little bit. It just depends on how much you use it and how well you take care of it. A good cutting board maker is going to know all this, and you should be able to ask him any questions that you have about this. And there's a lot of maintenance that goes into owning a wooden cutting board. There's just a lot to it. Not a lot of people know how to take care of your wooden boards. So find a good cutting board maker and ask him some questions. There are some things that you got to do if you want a wooden cutting board. There's a little bit of maintenance involved. It's not too bad. You just got to make some certain things a habit. When you wash it every time, put some more mineral oil on it. In the case of this kind of wood, what you would want to do is use the conditioner instead to keep that barrier, to keep the microbes at bay, keep them from getting down into the wood, because you don't want a cutting board that is full of bacteria. So that's the object here, is to keep it clean and keep it from moving too much. So I just wanted to explain that, because there's a couple of different options. With these being the options that I go with, there are some cheaper versions, but this is basically what you run into in the cutting board world. With oil, you can use that on some boards. You want to use that on the harder ones that aren't as porous. Oak is very hard, but that doesn't mean that it's not porous. It is porous. It's very porous. And then with this, I always recommend the conditioner. You want to use the conditioner just to keep any of it at bay. But anyway, regardless, I just wanted to make a video and share that with you guys. just for future reference for any of my customers that are buying boards from me. I do give out pamphlets with cleaning instructions and details kind of like this, but I'm always here for any kind of questions that you guys have. Shoot me a message, check me out on Facebook, or comment on this video. Thank you.